Hey, welcome to TitanUp 2day. It's your boy CD back again with another episode. Titans win, Titans win, Titans win 27-23. We get the dub, they get the L. The Bucs get tricks, we get treats. And although that sounds good, today I'll bring you Week 8's wrap up and give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And there was plenty of it. But no need to delay, let's get to it. Welcome back, Titans fans. We are 4-4. It's like week 1 all over again. We're back to even, square one. We're only a couple games back behind the Colts, 1 game behind the Texans. And this last week, there's a few things we can look at that's positive. The win, the obvious winning streak now, our first streak of the year with a W2. Red zone efficiency, we were solid. But although those were some good things, there was plenty to poke holes through in our offense. Actually, hold up. Before I even go there, I want to give a quick shout out to my boy Gian Pablo. I've known him from Tampa, Florida since we were little. He's a huge Buccaneers fan, huge. He hit me up right before kickoff and wanted to give me a little wager. I did take that. Thank you, man. I might even buy myself a new jersey, courtesy of you. Also, we can all thank, as Titans fans collectively, Jameis, or ain't so famous Jameis Winston, for being the turnover machine he is and has been since he joined this league. So, offensively speaking, our first drive, we start off like we normally do, slow. We go 3 and out, no questions asked. This is starting to bother me on a whole other level. Any offense in the NFL that has a little bit of worth at all, their offensive scheme sets up 12 to 15 plays before kickoff. Actually, before they walk into the stadium, they already have 12 to 15 plays that they've already put into plan. They know what they're going to run. They can at least get into field goal range. At the very least, on the first drive, get into field goal range, kick a 3-pointer, and then start the game off right. We go 3 and out more than anybody in the league on the first drive. Why? I don't get that. So we do our thing. We go 3 and out on the first drive. It is what it is. The second drive should be different. And it was. It was perfect. 1 play for 5 yards and a touchdown. Because Jameis Winston gave us the ball on the 5-yard line after a quick turnover. No worries though. Third drive, what do? We started off with a huge Derrick Henry run. Number 22 gives us 34 yards to start off the drive. 5 plays later, we punt. Next drive, Jameis Winston sees, he says, man, that offense is having some issues. What can I do to help? Well, what does he do best? He turns the ball over, gives us the ball on the 6-yard line. It took us 3 plays, but 3 plays later, touchdown. The next drive, we follow that with a 3 and out, as usual. Then the drive after that, we get a real good setup by Khalif Raymond, so you know it's going to be a good drive, right? No. We get a couple yards and we end it with a field goal. Khalif Raymond, thank you. Got promoted recently, got to set us up at midfield, and we couldn't do anything with it. So that was our last drive of the first half. We come into the second half. We get the ball first. So let's do something big to open up the drive. So what do? We get the ball. We had the ball for 4 plays. Derrick Henry strips himself somehow, fumbles the ball, give the ball over to the Bucs. I'm not going to harp on Derrick Henry. He doesn't fumble the ball often. He's one of our better players on offense. People make mistakes. It is what it is. So the next drive, what do? 3 and out. You catch a trend here? There's a lot of 3 and outs. But at this point in time, we're winning the game. I think it's 14-9. We're doing well, right? Not so much. So we need to nip this trend in the bud. And we can do that. We're going to start the next drive off on our own 8-yard line. A little bit tougher than we'd like, but we at least have the ball. So what do? We drive. I mean, kind of drive. We get 30 yards, and then the Bucs hook us up with another 30 yards and get us in the field goal range, and we stall. Cody Parker kicks the field goal. Good kick, by the way. So there was only 1 drive. 1. Not 2, not 11. 1 drive out of the entire game that our team, the Titans, offense specifically, looked like a real NFL team. They resembled something of a normal NFL team. We drove the ball all the way down the field. I'm talking about wide receivers getting open, catching the ball. Tannehill seeing the field clearly, throwing the ball on time so that the wide receivers could catch the ball and continue to run. Offensive line blocking great. Offensive line, yes, but Pruitt, not so much.
47-yard line, first down. Henry, met in the backfield, breaks away, and Henry into the secondary. A flag down behind him as Henry down the sideline. Inside the 20 and pulled out of bounds by Carlton Davis.
Just a big, powerful guy, and that one's coming back, and Tannehill knows that he didn't even move. He stayed right there.
42-yard run, but
holding offense. Number 85. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
It's Pruitt, 85.
Although Pruitt caused us a 42-yard rush by Derrick Henry, we ended the drive with a touchdown. The go-ahead touchdown, which eventually was the winning touchdown. After that, complete mayhem. So, how does mayhem start? Well, of course, with the Jameis Winston turnover. Harold Landry comes in, gets the sack, fumble, strip sack, fumble. It's great. We get the ball. By the way, why couldn't you do that in week 6 whenever my bold prediction said that you would do so? But whatever. Strip sack, fumble. We get the ball. We start off on Tampa Bay's 36-yard line. We basically have a field goal in the bag, maybe even a touchdown if we could put something together like we did the drive previously. What do? What we've done basically all game. We go 3 and out. Or I guess kind of 3 and out because we're going for a field goal, right? But wait, Vrabel has a trick up his sleeve.
Try, and it's a fake.
Oh, awesome call.
The fake and...
Well, obviously, Mike Vrabel did not listen to my keys of the game where I told him, do not lose the game from the sidelines. By the way, thanks, Zebras.
Really well done. I mean, he doesn't even get a good lick on him. He just drilled him with his his shoulder, and his forearm.
Well, that ball looked like it was loose.
It sure does, doesn't it?
So for all those Buccaneers fans out there, I don't know what to tell you. Actually, yeah, I do. You shouldn't leave the game in the referee's hands. All right, so our last drive, we start that drive on the 33-yard line, our own 33-yard line. This is finally an opportunity for us to take some weight off of our defensive shoulders. We're up by a good 4 points. Just finish the game on offense. Get a first down, maybe 2, call it quits. What do? 3 and out. Again. Another 3 and out. Run, punt. Then we give the ball over and the defense does what they do. They take over. They say, okay, offense, don't worry about it. We'll handle it. 4th down and 1. What do?
Sees defense. They have 2 down linemen, that's it.
Barber with the carry. Won't get there. Jarrell Casey.
They do their job. Exactly what they're supposed to do. Great job, defense. Again, hats off to you. Now, that being said, I won't just throw a whole bunch of dirt all over the offense. It wasn't all bad. There was a couple good sparks, I would say. One would be Jonnu Smith had a ball. 6 catches, 78 yards or 73 yards, something like that, and a touchdown. He looks like he's coming into his own. I can appreciate that. Delaney being hurt, that sucks, but it looks like he's finally starting to walk that line while we drafted him. He's doing big things. I'm proud of you, man. Big gorilla, man. I'm proud of you. And although number 22, he did have 70-something yards. I think he had 75 yards on 16 carries. Not enough carries, by the way. But although he only had that many yards, he could have easily doubled that the way he was running today. And that one run.
The players have evolved. Watch on the inside. So everybody's designed to have a gap. Oh, and Sue went too far, and it didn't. So Sue went way too far, and then what ended up happening?
I'm talking about that close. Shoestring tackle at his finest. Almost another 99-yard rush for a touchdown, or 98, whatever it would have been. It would have been extremely long. It would have been nice to have him do that back-to-back. And don't get me wrong, he had a couple other calls that came against him too. This man could have had a 300-yard rushing day yesterday against the number 1 rushing defense. I'm proud of you, 22. Good job. Now, off the offense and on to what we call the defense. Our best team by far. I say they were hot and cold. I say hot and cold because obviously we won. They had a couple stops, 4 takeaways, 3 sacks. They balled. That being said, they gave up a ton of yardage. 300 yards in the air, another 100 on the ground. Jameis Winston looked like Jacoby Brissett again. Flashes. I can't stand it. We can't sack these quarterbacks. These guys, he's not athletic. He was the leading rusher with 53 yards rushing. That's not okay. He's out here scrambling for yardage. We have to eliminate that and stop that. Wrap these guys up. It seems like only Josh Allen, he didn't go for anything. We put a guy on him and spied him. Do we need to spy all quarterbacks? Because whatever it is, our defensive line or whatever our front is that's going after them are not wrapping up these quarterbacks. Figure it out. Wrap them up. All right. Outside of that, obviously, we had a great defensive game plan. We came in, we said, hey, look, we are going to shut down Chris Godwin. He is not going to do anything. He's their leading receiver in all categories. He will not do anything. And he didn't do much. He had 4 catches for 40-something yards or something like that. It was really good. There was another guy who the Bucs drafted in the first round a while back, All-Pro, Pro Bowl wide receiver, Mike Evans. You forgot about him. 11 catches for almost 200 yards. The man was going crazy. The first drive, there was a 50-yard pass that we got pass interference. LaShawn Sims, I'm going to get to you in a second. He could have easily had 250 yards or more receiving. That's crazy. We have to put a bow on these guys. Julio did nothing. Chris Godwin did nothing. Mike Evans went crazy, bananas. We have to put a bow. I mean, don't get me wrong. The second half was totally different. Specifically that fourth quarter, the back end of the third. We started just straight bracketing him. Double coverage, fine. You're the guy. We'll double cover you and respect you because we had no respect for him at kickoff. Adoree Jackson, you were missed. Please heal up and come back. We put LaShawn Sims on him as if he was like a number 1 cornerback in the league. Every time LaShawn Sims, number 36, was on Mike Evans, they looked at Evans and threw the ball. There was like no coverage at all. Sims was lost out there. It was bad. And I know that you are like a number 4 cornerback, but we need to find another cornerback to be number 4 that can step up. Mike Evans is a talent. I understand that. But LaShawn Sims was out there looking lost, absolutely lost last week or yesterday. But nonetheless, defense played huge. And once again, like every week it seems, there's a 4th down play in which we need to step up. And what do? They step up. Exactly what we expect, they step up. Now, at this point in the season, 8 games down, we're 4-4. The only team, offense, defense, special team, the only team that I can trust, that we all can trust right now is the defense. The offense is shoddy at best. Special teams has been hot and cold. At this point, they're doing fine just by not screwing up. Last night to me, yesterday afternoon to you guys, Khalif Raymond, huge. Darius Jennings has been quiet. They finally sit him down, let Khalif do his thing. Huge kickoff return to open up a drive for us in which we didn't do anything with. But great on special teams for Khalif Raymond. Cody Parkey, we're counting your days down. You were 2 for 2. Great. Thank you. The best player on our team by far, Brett Kern. You did well. Only had 1 kick inside of the 20, which I don't know. That's kind of different for you. But 1 kick inside the 20, but you're so good. So good. They decided to use you as our running back.
Jeez, look at this. Boom, nice. Ah, now well done.
Still have no idea what Vrabel was thinking. I don't know if I will ever understand what he's thinking when it comes down to 4th downs, but it's Vrabel being Vrabel at this point in time, so we'll just have to press on. So that wraps up week 8. 8's in the books. We're moving to week 9. We're currently 4-4. W2, our first winning streak of the year. Sad to say, but we're here. Let's not break this streak. Let's keep it going. Next week, we go to Carolina to play these Panthers, who are currently licking their wounds after getting an anvil dropped on their heads by the 49ers last week on the road. So join me tomorrow as I bring you the AFC divisional outlook, and let's see what the future holds for our special little division. That being said, if you like, love, want more of this Tighten Up Today show, show your boy some love. Click that like button, subscribe, click the notifications bell, get yourself a little notification for whenever I upload tomorrow's episode. But before you leave, I got one question. Not for the Bucs. Just my Titans fans. One question. Why tighten up tomorrow when you can tighten up today?